Just ignore. Gets rid of it. Okay. So sinking back. Maybe a little rock from side to side as you come into the position of comfort. And take this opportunity to come into your breath. As you breathe in, allow the belly to swell, feel it open and drop down towards your thighs. Keep breathing in at the top of the breath. Keep going, because there is more. Inhale. And then let it go. Hello to everyone who's whirling in a couple of minutes late. We are in child's pose, giving you all a chance to catch up. Nice wide knees on the mat. Moving your jaw from side to side. It's almost like you're giving yourself a little body scan in this moment. As if you're on a photocopier and that red or green line is scanning down your body from the crown of your head. Just check in with everything. All the way to your toes. Take a big breath in. Open your mouth and sigh. Taking the hips up and high, come into downward facing dog on exhalation. Walking out this dog, deep knee bends. Really elastic sensation in the back of the legs as you stretch out muscles that have been still overnight. Hands are wide on the mat. Fingers, the fingertips, the back of the knuckles are pressing in and down and forwards, which will drive your hips up and high. Softness to the knees. If you come to stillness now, shaking out the head, yes, no. Now everybody take the elbows out wide and bend the elbows down towards the earth, almost to a hover, and then wrap the elbows in towards each other as if you're gripping something, and then start to straighten with engaged elbows, like your armpits now are engaged. You come up from turbo dog back into down dog. And you should feel that change the position of the shoulder blades on your back. Take the right leg out behind you and step it between those hands into a low lunge, runner's lunge, getting really juicy, stay low. Sort of moving your hips forwards and backwards, side to side. Option to have the knee on the earth. Take your left hand slightly central now underneath your face and sweep your right arm up to the sky. So easy twisting lunge here. Spark the fingers, reaching up. And then both hands come back down and you step the right foot back. Head shakes out again, yes, no. And let's do that on the other side. So the left leg lifts out, reach it out behind you, extend the big toe mound and step it through between your hands, staying low. Nice, very deep knee bend in the right knee. You can be over the ankle joint in the left knee. Be here, getting juicy forwards and backwards. Maybe if you want, drop the right knee for the twist. So then you place the right hand on the earth and you sweep the left arm up for an easy twisting lunge. Reaching up. Noticing if the body has swung out to one side, draw it all into a line. Hi Lexi, morning. We're in easy twisting runner's lunge at the moment. Hands back down, stepping back to down dog. Shake it out, yes, no. And walk your hands to your feet at the back of the mat. Oh, loose, come forward. Others are going back. Deep forward fold here. You can take elbow to elbow for ragdoll, really, really bent knees. Sway from side to side. Watch out, Lexi. I'm loving the sort of tunnel of bedroom furniture that you're working in. Careful what you might hit with a head or an elbow. And then drop your hands to soft fists on the earth between your big toes. Just be here. Breathing through the whole body, come to halfway position as you inhale. And exhale, fold again forwards. Walk yourself back into down dog. Take a breath. Sigh it out. Inhale, roll your body into into high plank. Hold it. Exhale, swing back to down dog. And one more, high plank. Exhale, down dog. So hopefully now the joints are beginning to ease, the movement of the synovial fluid is beginning. And you can bring your feet to hands on an exhalation at the top of the mat. And sweep up to standing. Keep your feet flat on the floor and reach up with your arms. Reach your hands really, really high. Notice the naturalness of the shoulders have gone up. Now drop the shoulders down, but keep reaching. So it's as if your arm bones are growing long. Draw the belly in, tuck under with the tailbone. Chin and jaw is soft, tongue is soft. Bring a prayer to your hands and draw the hands down to your heart space. Shoulders up to the ears, back and down. Really feel the tips of the shoulder blades engage on your spine as if you've got a pen lid or a pencil or something you're squeezing. Allow an intention for this practice to drop into your mind. And we'll open with one arm, which starts with a big inhalation. Reach up, breathe in, mountain. Deep forward fold as you let the air out. Hands to your hips, lift up to a halfway lift, bend those elbow tips, and again, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, fold forward. Step back into high plank. Drop the knees to the earth, bring the elbow tips into your ribs as you come to lying on the earth. Hands come forward, we'll take baby cobra to start with. Leave your hands on the earth for now. Feet stay on the earth, knees lift up, face lifts up. Scrub your hands towards you so your heart presses forward. Lift, 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 squeeze the back line. Exhale, down dog. Your drishti, your gaze. By this point in the practice, start to bring your mind from distraction to direction on one point. Yoking the body and mind to the now, being now here on your mat. Take the right leg up and high behind you. Really reach out with the big toe mound. As high as you can extend that leg before bending the foot down towards the buttocks. Drawing circles in the ceiling, or maybe even circling your foot. And when the knees had enough of going that way, go the other way. And then with precision and care, bring that right foot down to the earth and take the left leg up, straight up to start with, as if you're hoisting it towards the ceiling and you're pulling it out of your hip socket. And then when you feel the length and you feel the connection down the left side of the body, bend the knee, drop the foot to the buttocks and draw big circles with your knee on the ceiling. flexing the foot so there's activity all the way to the sole of the foot, and then the circles can go the other way. Hi, Lorraine. Join in when you can. Left foot down. Breathing in. And letting it go. Feet to hands, top of the mat. Draw the belly to spine. Send all that air out. Use the engagement. Rise up, breathe in, mountain. And let's sink into chair. Take a seat. Keep your hands up there. Really tuck your tailbone under. Squeeze the thighs and the knees together like you've got a sponge and you're dripping the water out of the sponge. But your feet are scrubbing apart on the mat. So there's this sort of double motion in the legs. Sink back on the heels. Can you see your knees? Can you see your big toes if you look down? Maybe curl the toes up. Now, everything has probably gone into the shoulders and the face. Let it be soft. Let the teeth be soft in your gums. Sink lower. Belly comes in, tailbone tucks more. Beautiful, David. Forward fold, sigh. Ha. Good job. Halfway lift, breathe in. Step or jump back, high plank. Flowing straight through Chaturanga Dandasana. You can have knees on the earth for low plank. Rise in up dog or another baby cobra. Listen to your body. And exhale, push back, down dog. A softness to these knees so that your hip bones really are going high up. Right leg lifts on an inhale. And you're going to step the foot to the back of the right wrist for warrior one on your exhale. Squaring everything off to the front of the room. So bring the left shoulder forward, lovely Jane, and the left hip. Straight and strong in the left leg, the glutes firing towards the left heel. Right knee is bending out. Belly is tucked in, tailbone's tucked under, spine is long, beautiful, Lou. Reaching up with your hands, and then come to the earth. Take the foot back, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts on an inhale. Step it to the back of the left wrist for warrior one. Up you come. Use your feet, scrub them together on the mat to find stability through the foundation and reach up with the arms. Sinking down into the left knee. I always get juicy in my first warriors as I ease into my knee joints. There is length in your spine and your neck. Your tongue is loose. Lovely, Lorraine, seeing the light on your face like that. Drawing the left hip back, right hip forward, right shoulder coming forward. And then hands to the earth. High plank, no scraping of that left foot, lifted as you go back. Low plank. Up dog as you breathe in. Hips go back up and high as you exhale, down dog. Head shakes out. Feet to hands as you exhale and draw the belly in and the pelvic floor up. Reach up, mountain. Chair, sink down. Tailbone tucks. Belly draws in. You can bring your seat to your feet. Down you go. Go another couple of inches. Just notice that your mind has possibly raced to the future, wondering how long you're going to stay here. Can you be here now? Just breathe. That's all there is. Forward fold, sigh. Halfway lift, rise. Step or jump back, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right leg lifts for warrior one. Step it through, breathe in as you rise. Interlace your fingers behind your back and pour yourself forward for a moment of humble warrior inside the right thigh. Arms can float up, or they can be back out behind you like airplane arms. Wherever they are now, sweep them down and forwards and hold them out forwards, but bring those shoulder blades back on the spine. Draw the belly in for back support. Push through the feet, rise up, warrior one. And as you exhale, hands to the earth, we're on the move already. We'll flow through in your breath to down dog, which might be straight to down dog. It might be via child's pose. Listen to your body. But when you're in down dog, take one breath, shake out the head, and then sweep the left foot up as you inhale and bring it to the back of the left wrist, warrior one on an exhale. Rise. Right hip forward, left hip back. Sweep the arms, different interlace this time, confuse the brain, which finger's on top, and pour forward, softness in your face as you go, engagement through the core, shoulders are up, hands release, palms face each other, then you sweep them down like you're drawing a line on the earth with your fingertips and you sweep them out in front of you. Retract the shoulder blades back down the spine, take a moment and breathe, push through the feet, come up to standing. Beautiful, good work, hands to the earth. On an exhale, step back, down dog. Head shakes out, yes, no. Whew. Really good. Feet to hands, top of the mat. Inhale, rise all the way to mountain. Bring your hands to prayer this time at your heart center as you sink into chair. Take a breath, breathe in. Prayer twist to the right, hooking the elbow outside the right knee. Notice what snuck forward, draw anything back to keep yourself squared to the front. Transferring the weight into the right foot, float the left foot up towards the buttock. Keep the prayer twist. Even if it's just a tiny little millimeter off the earth. Feel that core come on. Step the foot back and out into a twisted crescent lunge. Aim for the side of the mat so you have enough room. So your feet are, your back foot is pointing at 12 o'clock and you're on tiptoes. Twisted crescent lunge. Now your hips. You want to lift the left hip up and drop the right hip down so your pelvis is neutral still. Keep the prayer twist or open your wings like the rain is doing. And using the prayer twist, push yourself open into warrior two. Lots of micro adjustments. Sinking down. Shoulders again are soft. Right knee, can you see your big toe? Press it out. Tailbone tucks under as if you've taken a handful of inner thigh and you're bringing it up towards your face. Left foot's very engaged. Nice adjustment, Lou. Nice that you look at it. Sometimes I do find it's helpful to just take a peek. Is my left foot really squared and parallel to the back of the mat? Reversing the warrior, right palm up, left hand maybe to the small of the back, maybe down the thigh. Where do you go? Where do you breathe? What do you feel? And extended side angle, elbow to knee. Notice if the bottom just suddenly slumped out to the right. Draw it under you, draw the belly in, half bind, what's in your practice. Maybe a block inside the right foot and you bring the right hand down and the left arm stays up. Where do you go? Where does your gaze go? Where has your breath gone? It's wonderful Ujjayi breath. You breathe louder than your thoughts. And as you exhale, can you find more opening? Can you find more twists? Can you get your left lung and your heart space round towards the ceiling? And then bring your hands to the earth and step back into high plank with feet dropping to the left. So the left side is down in this high plank. Hand is underneath the shoulder, not the ear. Option for the left knee to be on the earth. Reach up, find the golden threads hanging out of your ceilings, your chalet ceilings, your bedroom ceilings, wherever you are, pulsing the top leg. 3, 2, and 1. Child's pose. Nice work, everyone. If your shoulders are feeling it, sweep your arms down beside you for dormouse. Strategic moment of rest. One more big breath in. Feel the belly swell, feel the ribs swell. Open your mouth and breezily sigh it out on the mat. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Fully exhale, draw belly to spine and bring your feet to your hands at the top of the mat. Deep forward fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Hands to press, sink into chair as you exhale. Tailbone tucks, everything squeezing. Breathing in. And exhale, prayer twist to the left. Draw it all back if the right hip and knee has snuck forward. Find space between the right ear and the right shoulder. A softness in your face. Really now transfer the weight into the left foot, the left buttock. Draw the core in as you float the right foot up. Using your props to support you. Stepping back and out into crescent lunge with a nice wide base. Up on the tiptoes of the right foot. You can stay twisted in your crescent lunge, or you can open if you want to. Notice that the right hip is probably dropped. And in fact, what you want to do is lift the right hip and drop the left hip so that your pelvis is square to the earth and your twist is coming from the mid-spine. It can be quite a defined change, that. Keep breathing here. And then you're going to sweep open warrior two on this side. Feet shuffle around, little peek to the right foot. Is it parallel to the side of the mat? Left foot, 12 o'clock. Can you see the left big toe? Bottom is tucked under. Shoulders are soft. Really lovely, Jane. That's great. Reaching slightly behind you with your right hand. Hold on, Lexi. Keep tucking the tailbone under. Zip in with a core. Find length in your back. Yeah, there you go. Reverse your warrior. Left palm up. Go back. Stay here. Don't come out of the left knee. So stay nice and deep in the left knee. Really feel that wonderful flank stretch as a result. Pushing through the right foot as well. And then extended side angle. You bring the elbow to the thigh. And you reach up. Now, bottoms have a habit of going out to the left. So draw under, centralize your body. Reaching up, you can take a half bind, a full bind. You can take the left hand down to the earth or a block. You can use your arm to assist, pushing your leg out. Your gaze can be neutral or it can go to the top hand. As you exhale, you find your left lung will go forward and your right shoulder will open more. And you want space between the left ear and the left shoulder. So place that shoulder blade down the spine. One more breath. And release the hands to the earth. Step the left foot back, high plank, feet together. And drop heels to the right. Side plank, right side down. Beautiful bow shape, half a rainbow shape in your body. The hips drive high. You reach up with the top hand. Zip in the core. You flex the top foot and you pulse. 3, 2, and 1. Down dog. Shake out your head, yes, no. Flubber out the lips. And bring your feet to your hands in a deep forward fold at the top of the mat, setting up for crow pose. If you have room, if you have crow in your practice, you might stand on a block to get your hips and your feet really high, but otherwise have your hands wide on the mat. Big toes are touching. You bring your knees to your upper arms, or you're in squat malasana. If you've got to the bit of squat malasana that feels slightly too easy, squeeze on a bit to where it gets really juicy and interesting. Pressing your elbows into your thighs, really nice. Those crows, beautiful flying crows, well done. You can shoot back, or you can just drop your feet on the earth and join us all in malasana. Some look like they might be skiing at the moment, so your legs are not going to thank me for this. Very slowly, with control, come up to standing from your squat malasana. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Come to standing at the top of the mat, shaking out your legs. We'll do some balancing poses. We'll start with standing leg raise on the right. So you're going to stand on the left leg and draw the right knee up into the chest. Give it a squeeze, flexing the foot. And taking the knee out to the side and the left arm out like a wing. Track your gaze around the room. Fire the left glute, softness in the left knee. Use the muscles of the left leg, not the bones. Bring the knee back to center. Place the left hand on the right knee and the right arm goes out behind you and you turn and look the other way. Keep the foot flexed. Keep everything zipped up and in. And come back to center and lower the foot. Left knee, draw it up into the chest, give it a big squeeze. The little lymph node in the groin that you rinse out when you do this. Been sitting a lot recently. Left knee out to the side, right arm out like a wing. Stay tall. Don't slump down into the right buttock. Lift yourself up. Find length in your spine. Grow tall. Look out over the right hand. If you're wobbling, that's fine every time the wind blows here. Now back to center. Take the left hand behind you, right hand onto the knee. Look behind you the other way. Waking up your spine to a different kind of twist. And then come to standing at the top of the mat. Let's take eagle pose on the right. So standing on the left leg, you can sink down into chair to start with if you like, to give yourself a bend, and then you lift the right leg up and over. And the right arm goes under the left arm. And if you can, you might bring your palms together or maybe the back of your hands together. The higher up you twist, the further round you'll get. Now notice if you suddenly bent forward, can you straighten up your back as if you're sitting in a beautiful chair? But sink down, lower, bending in the left knee, drawing the right hip back, squeezing these ropes together, let the water drip out. And then come up and release and just stand for a moment. Notice the sort of fizziness as the blood comes back into your extremities. Sink down into chair. We'll take eagle on the left. So lift the left leg up and over, left arm under. Sinking down, drawing the left hip back, squeeze it on more. How low can you go? Draw the belly in, sitting the back upright, pressing back into a ladder back chair. Down you go. Really good. And release. Shake out the legs. We'll take eagle on the right side again. Up and over with the right leg, underneath with the right arm. And this time we'll take it up a level by inviting you to bend forward into a humble eagle, flying yourself into a tiny little ball. Be here, be really small. Draw the belly in, pressing through the left foot, bring yourself back up to standing. Hold it a moment in normal eagle. Good job. And then release. And we'll do it on the other side for the last time. So left side eagle, which means the right leg lifts and goes over. Just standing on the, do the side you haven't done. So you're standing on the right leg, lifting the left leg. Sorry, my mistake. Down you come. Humble eagle, fly through, maybe wobble a bit, keep breathing, keep squeezing. And then come on up, hold the eagle position, remake it. Well done, Lou, good intentions there. And then release and come to standing. Great work, everyone. Take tree on the right hand side. So find a place for your gaze and bring the right foot up inside the left leg. Extend the right arm up above you. Drop the hand down behind your neck and find it, if you can, with the fingertips of the left hand. And if you can't, just take some clothing. And again, be in the glutes here of the legs, not in the joints. Can you grow taller here in your tree? Pressing the foot into the thigh. And then release. And we'll take tree on the other side. Standing on the right foot, lifting the left leg up. Left arm goes straight up. And if you can't reach it, depending on which side you write, you might find you can't do the bind this side. Just take the right hand to the tip of the left elbow. Or grab your shirt. And breathe. Find your focus. Really nice work. Excellent. Release. Have a block somewhere close to the top of the mat. Maybe put it in the middle, just so that you can reach it if you need it. Take a breath and breathe in as you reach up for mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, rise. Step or jump back, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg out behind you. Step it between your hands for warrior two on the right. Sinking down deep. Tailbone tucks under. Find your warrior two drishti, and from here it's triangle. So you're going to straighten the right knee, swing the hips back, reach forward as far as you can, and then go down. Trikonasana means 3 points on the earth. So you've got 2 feet on the earth. Now your arm might not be that long. So you might use a block just to bring your hand to the earth, or maybe your shin or your calf. Reaching up with the top hand. Now what I want you to do is bend again softly into the right knee and transfer your weight onto the right knee and come into half moon. So the block is somewhere nearby, hopefully if you need it. Takes a bit of coordination. You might have to re-engage the pelvic floor, the core, the left glute, the right glute, flexing the left foot, reaching up with the left hand. Can you look at the left hand? Can you bend the left knee and bind like Lorraine is doing? Beautiful in your half moons. And then softly release and take the foot back into warrior two. Well done. Straddle fold. So straighten the right leg, pigeon toe the feet round towards the left wall, and forward fold. Maybe turn your hands around so you can see the heels of your palms and walk them through the space between your legs. Deep forward fold here. Drawing the belly on will release the lower back. Softness in the knees. Scrubbing the feet together on the mat will give you some engagement, as if you're trying to get a wrinkle in your mat on the floor. Come to a halfway lift with your hands on your hips as you breathe in. Push through those feet and come up to standing as you exhale, turning your body to the front of the mat. Step the left foot in for pyramid feet. So some space behind, no, leave your right foot forward and just step your left foot into sort of 10 o'clock on a clock face, but you want your hips square to the front of the mat. Your knees are square to the front of the mat, your shoulders are square. You can bring your arms up in front of you, breathe in, and fold forwards over the right thigh for pyramid, facing the front of the mat there, Jane. That's it. Softness in the knees. You're drawing the legs towards each other like a pair of scissors. And then if the block is nearby, place it outside the right foot and take the left hand outside the right foot for twisting triangle. So I like to put the whole of my hand on the block on the lowest setting, and then I reach up with my right hand. Again, drawing the legs together, twisting, pressing into the earth. This is the grounding series where you're all in the legs. It feels like it's a whole bunch of poses to do with the upper body, but it's actually about the legs. And sigh it out, release, step back into downward facing dog. Shake out your head, yes, no. Left leg lift out behind you as you breathe in, and you step it through to warrior two on the left side. A nice deep juicier warrior two. And then triangle, trikonasana. Keep pressing the left knee out. Swing the hips back. Down you go. Notice if the bottom has suddenly stuck out to the left. No duck right here. Tuck under, reach up. Scrub the feet together on the mat and shine like a star. Be in all the corners of your body. Every single finger, the palm of both hands, the soles of both feet. Now transfer the weight into the left leg and hop forwards into half moon. This is challenging. Done the balancing series, and now I've got and slotted one in later on. But we know how good half moon is for us. It's all in the pelvic floor, and in fact, the whole of this pose is done with the right leg, the lifted leg. This is your key. Press the heel away from you of the lifted leg. Reach up with the top hand. If you want, bend the leg and bind your half moon. Beautiful, Lexi. Great job. Now with control, bending back into the left knee, step back into warrior two. Press through the feet, come up to standing, straddle pose. I encourage you at this point to interlace your hands behind your back, and let's pour forward with a shoulder rinse. No need to slam the arms up behind you. Try and keep the heels of the palms together. Just take your arms to where it feels good, and maybe move slightly forwards and backwards in this place with the arms, just a little bit of movement. Gently release your arms, bring yourself to standing for pyramid pose on the left. So the left foot goes to 12 o'clock. The right foot steps in a bit and points at 2 o'clock. Your hips and your shoulders, your whole body is square to the front of the room. Now you have options with hands. You could have namaste behind you, up or down. You could have your arms up in mountain or chair pose arms, or warrior one arms. Wherever you are, draw the belly in as you exhale, fall forwards over the left thigh. Softness in the left knee. If your right leg feels too far behind you, step it in a bit. You're folding your body over the whole of the left thigh, bringing your face towards the knee and maybe even one day the shin. Drawing the left hip back and the right hip forward as if these legs were the blades of scissors that are coming together. Now the right hand goes outside the left foot, so the right little finger is by the left little toe, and the left hand goes to the sky for twisting triangle. Again, be in your legs. Feel this. Wonderful for the hamstrings, the glutes, IT band. As you exhale, maybe you can twist further around, draw the belly in more, draw the pelvic floor on. Do not do this pose with your face or your gums or your teeth or your chin. And release, sigh it out and step back, down dog. Well done, everyone. That's a grilling grounding series. Move your jaw from side to side. Take a breath. And as you exhale, bring your body into high plank and hold. Find the engagement. You have options to bring the knee to the earth, and we're going to lower our whole bodies to the earth for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left cheek down, big toes touching, heels are out, and your arms go down to the side of you. Wobble your body on the earth. Interlace your hands at the base of your spine. Come up into locust. Reach away from you. Squeeze your feet. Softness in your face. Lift your body as if you are on a balancing point that is your pubic bone. Bring the legs together. Try not to let the knees go out. Well done, Lou. And release, right cheek to the earth. Let the feet release, let the body release. Go soft. And come on up, one more locust. Can you come even higher this time? Imagine my fingers are underneath your big toes and you're lifting your toes even higher. Squeezing your glutes, reaching behind you. And release, left cheek down. Hands come underneath as you can come up into an up dog, maybe a little sway left and right, maybe looking over your shoulder, maybe lifting one leg, then the other. And then in your own way, come to lying on your back for bridge pose with the block. Have the block high up between your thighs and your fingertips touching the back of your heels so you know that your feet are underneath your knees. Squeeze the block right up by the pubic bone and come up into bridge. Take your hands out to the side. You can have Shavasana hands or even goalpost arms on the earth, but do not use your arms today in bridge. Let's use the whole of the back line. Use the glutes, use the heels. Squeeze, don't let me pull that block out. Go a little higher. And then slowly, bone by bone, come to lying down. Take another bridge, or if you have wheel in your practice, you might take wheel. Keep your feet parallel to each other. Keep squeezing your knees together and come on up. I know James in his practice does this count of 10. With every time he counts, he gets you to squeeze a little higher. So let's try that. Let's pulse in bridge. And every count, you're going to go a little higher for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower the upper back, the mid back, and then the lower back. Feel the whole of the back on the earth. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees drop out to the side for Supta Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Bring your hands to your hip crests, the little bones that stick out, and feel the space between the hip crests and the lower ribs. As you breathe in, notice that space elongate. And as you exhale, notice the space shorten. How much space can you get between your hip crests and the lower ribs? Full inhalation. Wonderful massage for the diaphragm. Diaphragm is where the head of the psoas is. Diaphragm is often very tight. Very hard for us to stretch the psoas. This is a nice chance to try and give the diaphragm some work. Bring your hands to the outside of your knees and gently draw your legs together and into your chest for happy baby. A happy baby is not about getting your knees right by your face. It's actually about getting every single bone of your back and your sacrum on the earth. So lengthen your spine. If that means you can only reach the back of your thighs, that's fine. Maybe you can straighten one leg, bend the other. Maybe you can rock from side to side and look the other way to your rock and happy baby, but lengthen your spine and feel all of it on the earth. And then release your hands, bring them underneath the small of your back. Your legs are straight up in front of you, feet are flexed. Press the back down into the earth and lower the legs forwards 30 degrees. Lower them another 30 degrees. Notice what's happening with your face. Draw the belly down into the spine towards your hands. Now lower your feet to a hover. On your next exhalation, look up, take your head off the earth and look at your feet and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep engaging, or scissor feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Head back down on the earth and slowly your legs come up to vertical. Take your hands out from your spine. Keep drawing the belly down to the earth. Real engagement here in the deep lower core. Pelvic floor is on. If you have a tweaky neck, interlace your hands behind your neck. Otherwise, reach up towards your feet and pulse up as you exhale for 10. Exhale, 8. Exhale, 6. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extending the right leg long, or bend it and plant it on the earth if your back is a little sore. Pulse just to the left leg for 10, 9, exhale, 7, exhale, 5, exhale, 3, 2, and 1. Swap legs, keep both feet flexed, keep pushing your heel away on both legs, and pulse. 9, pulse, 7, pulse, exhale, 5, exhale, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees in, keeping your back long on the earth. Rock and roll this time, forwards and backwards on your spine, from your neck to your tailbone. Come up into boat pose. Options for hands behind the knee pits, or hands out, palms up, shoulders wherever they are down. Now you can tighten the V and get your knees towards your face. And you can be here in boat pose, the belly is drawn into the spine, and then you can take one leg out and bend one knee towards your face, and you can take a bicycle ride on your boat. Let's go. 20, 19, 18, 17. Keep pushing your feet towards my face if that's where the phone is. Take it out on me. This is all my fault. 10, 9, 8. Draw the belly on, draw the pelvic floor up. Last 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Feet on the earth. Wrap your arms around your shins and press your back out. Lovely curve. Really nice work, everyone. We're going to do a little bit of lizard before we go into our half pigeon. So rock and roll and find yourself back into down dog. And the right leg goes out behind you, and you're going to step the right foot to the outside of the right wrist and point the right foot at about 2 o'clock on a clock face. You can almost be off the mat. Maybe roll out onto the blade edge of the right foot. And now you've got option with your hands. You can take your right hand inside your right thigh. You can bring yourself down onto your forearms if you want, or blocks. You can lower the left knee to the earth if you want and reach behind you with your right hand and reach your left ankle. All sorts of things to open into either the right hip, but if you have chosen to bind, what you really do at that point is you bring the stretch onto the glute of the, not the glute, the quad of the left leg. But breathe wherever you are. And slowly from this place, you're going to bring the right foot towards the left wrist, setting up for half pigeon on the earth. So the knee comes to the earth, the right foot comes towards the left wrist. Maybe you block your thigh to keep your leg, your pelvis neutral. And you bring yourself down with softness in the front of your body. Notice any gripping, any holding on. Let it go. You can deepen this pose by lifting the left kneecap, walking the left leg further away from you. You can press the right leg down into the earth for a bit of an interesting stretch of the piriformis. Move your jaw from side to side, release your tongue. And just for a little change today, instead of going straight into the other side, we'll come to seated, leave the right leg where it is. And we'll come up into full pigeon from half pigeon. So you're going to bring the left leg around, you're going to bring the left ankle over the top of the right thigh. Both sit bones are on the earth. If you can't get your ankle onto your thigh, maybe onto a block in front of your right knee. And I just invite you to play with your edge here. So just invite your body to lean forwards, maybe hands on the earth. And you should now notice the transfer of the stretch from the right hip into the left hip. So play with that edge. You want the bony part of your left ankle right on the outside of the right thigh. And just breathe into this. Exhale, maybe with a sigh or a deep ujjayi breath as you open into the left hip socket. Hardly need any movement. I'm doing it here and I've got maybe like 3 degrees change in my body shape. And I feel it come on. Use your hands to come back up to straight. Legs out in front of you, tap them out on the mat. And then come back into down dog, and we'll do that on the other side. So it's the left side that's going to get the attention to start with. Left leg lifts, stepping the left foot outside the left wrist for lizard. Turn the foot to 10 o'clock on a clock face, roll onto the outside edge of the left foot, and then you can take your elbow into the knee, you can take the hand into the knee, you can take the arms down onto the earth, you can take the right knee onto the earth. You can come down off the toes of the right foot onto the top of the right foot and then lift the knee off the earth again. And that's a little quad stretch going on the right leg. All sorts of options for you here. When you think you've had enough of that, you can take the left foot this time towards the right wrist, bring the left knee to the earth behind the left hand for half pigeon on the left side. Lovely to see the intention on all of your faces in your practice as you find the blocks that you know you need to keep your pelvis neutral. As you choose to go into recline pigeon because you know that that's what your body needs on this side. Good job. Exhale, you can go longer in the right leg if you lift the knee and walk the leg out behind you. Keep breathing. Two more breath cycles on this side. Long exhalation. Come up to seated, leaving the left leg where it is and bringing the right leg around. And the right ankle is going to go over the whole of the left thigh for full pigeon. As I said, the options here are to have a block in front of the left knee and you put the right foot and ankle on the block. And you might find that the right knee is right up by your face, or it might be quite horizontal. You can just keep your back nice and straight and just move your spine forwards just a few degrees to feel the stretch come on the outside of the right hip. Flexing both feet. If you need something to distract you, I find a massage of the sole of each foot quite nice in this moment. Get curious with where you notice that pose happening for you in your body. Outside of the hip, inside the groin, what's going on for you? And then softly release both legs, extend on the earth, tap them out. And take an inversion of your choice, which from here could be straight into a headstand, or you could lie down in waterfall or come back into plow before shoulder stand. If you're in shoulder stand, walk your elbow tips as close together as possible. So you really are on your shoulders and not your back. And don't have your hips and your knees over your face. Have them straight up. Flex your feet and try to be still. Can you experience the grittiness of stillness? Can you get comfortable with the discomfort? Is it boring? Is it uncomfortable? Are there thoughts that come into your head? Do you get ants in your pants? Can you breathe through that? Hands come to the earth to act as brakes. You might come back into plow pose, but from wherever you are, slowly lower yourself to the earth. Your knees will brush your face as you come over, extend the legs out and come to lying down. Let's take a couple of supine twists to finish the practice. Right knee hugs into the chest and then it goes across to the left with the right arm out like a wing. Dropping the right shoulder onto the earth. Extending the left leg long. Right knee comes back to center and you hug the left knee into the chest. Give it a good squeeze and take it over to the right hand side of the body, left arm out like a wing. Try and drop the left shoulder to the earth. And come back to center. And I invite you to take Shavasana. Slowly come back into your body. If you need to stop your practice now, I invite you to hug your knees into your chest. Otherwise, if you can, stay here for longer, do. Hug in. Release your right hand and extend it out on the earth above you and roll to the right if you have space, using your right arm as a little pillow. And with your eyes softly closed, come up to seated. Whichever way feels comfortable, that could be kneeling, could be cross-legged. Bring your hands to prayer at your heart center and reconnect with the intention that you placed there earlier. Feel the length in the spine, softness in your body, space between your ears. And we'll close the practice with the sound of one Om. Breathing in. Om. Hands to your forehead center. And from my heart to all of yours, namaste. Well done, everyone.